Hi, this is Alan Hopley, just doing a quick review of the StuffedCrust TV iPad service, which I've been lucky enough to be part of the beta project for the last month. I've been using the service mostly in the UK and Spain, but a little bit in between as well. So to get started using the iPad app, I've already got it saved onto my desktop, as you can see. We open it up, and the first thing you're confronted with is a login screen. I'll just log in here. After logging in, you're brought to the live section of the service, where you can see a timeline with all the shows on it, a description block that will contain information about any shows that you've selected, and the player area in the top right. To get the player to start, simply click on the play button. You can click on any of the shows in the timeline to get information about it in the top left corner, showing the aired time and duration of the show, as well as some other textual information summarizing the show. To play any channel live, simply click on the channel name on the left hand side of the timeline. The service currently has just over 20 channels, and 6 are shown per page. To get between the pages, simply press the up and down button in the bottom right hand side. As well as being able to move up and down through the channel list, the system also allows you to move forward and backward through the timeline. There are 3 different increments by which you can move through the timeline: 24 hours, 12 hours, and 1.5 hours. And this is where the system really comes into its own. When you click on a show that has already been aired, you can press on the play button in the bottom left hand corner of the screen to watch the show again, exactly as it was aired. To get the video into full screen mode, which is really where you'll spend most of your time using the system, push on the video to get the little overlay up, and in the bottom right hand side, click the full screen button. In full screen mode, the video controls are identical to that of YouTube, iPlayer, 4OD, and other systems on the iPad, so it should be immediately familiar. You can either adjust the volume using the on-screen volume control or the normal volume buttons on the top of your iPad. The scrub bar along the top of the video is particularly responsive and seems to take a lot less time for it to buffer video than iPlayer or YouTube or anything else. To get out of full screen mode, simply press the minimize button to the right of the play button. The video on demand or VOD section of the system is a breakdown of all the shows that have been recorded. On the left is a list of categories. The video is still on the top right, and the bottom right has an area to give you contextual information about the shows that you click on. There are about 20 different categories that video is put into, and on the right hand side of each category you can see the number of videos that it contains. Inside each category are shows and groups of shows. Similar to the categories, the groups have the number of videos displayed on the right hand side in brackets. When you click on a show, you will see the information on the bottom right changes to give information about what the show is about, as well as when it was played and on what channel. There are 3 different ways to view content in the VOD section. At the bottom of the screen you'll see 3 different buttons to choose between viewing by category, by channel, and by title. By channel is a personal favorite. The category list has now become a list of channels that the content is recorded for, and I can navigate into, say, film 4 and find a film that I want to play that has been recorded from the last 7 days, I think. The final section to show is the settings area, where there isn't too much to do here, but some of it's actually kind of useful. When you first open up the section, you will see a list of all the shows and channels that you've viewed, which is nice when you want to get back to something you were watching earlier. I can look at the subscriptions that I have for different channels, but because of the beta I seem to have absolutely everything enabled right now. And finally, the account section, which I'm not too sure what needs to be secure in here, so I've just blurred everything out, but there are things being shown. And that's it for my overview and possibly even review of this fun little thing I've been playing with for the last month.